And the final question is how to have gratitude during hard times and how to reach the level of the Palestinians.
Oh, to reach the level of the Palestinians, let me tell you something. I'm sorry. You're not going to reach the level of Palestinians with our mocha choca lattes and stuff like. No, no, people. That's the Palestinians have been in training for decades and decades and decades, right? But of course, it's not an unattainable level. But basically, well, there's so many mechanisms here. Like there's so many things that if we put in the forefront of our minds, they like would take the pain of any incident so much, or would decrease or dull that pain or numb that pain so much. And for example, just the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the pen and told the pen to write everything that will happen on the until the day of judgment. And this was 50,000 years before he created the earth. So can you think of someone when something as catastrophic as their child dying in front of them or dying that instant, and they're completely the first thought that comes to mind. Now, if this is not the first thought that comes to mind, then this will be a far more disastrous experience. But if the first thought that comes to mind is that 50,000 years before Allah created the heavens and the earth, He wrote that my son's gonna die on this day. How different would it be? Different would the shock be if that's the first thought that came to their head? I mean, there are so many ways to think about calamities. And the Palestinian people, they're unique. They've been in training for a long time. The person who lost his son probably lost a son before that, or a father before that, or a sibling before that. They lost land and homes, and they lost possessions and cars that were just for no reason destroyed. So they've been used to it. They've been in training. And the truth is, everything in life is about training. And we don't like, how do you become patient? You train. How do you become able to control your temper? The Prophet ﷺ already told us. He said, "إنما العلم بالتعلم." To become knowledgeable is through training and constantly learning. وإنما الحلم بالتحلم. That to become a halim, someone not the food, to become halim, the what do you call it? يعني to be forbearing and patient like that is through practicing that. So it's practice. Our problem is we want a dua or a formula that will do everything quickly. And I know you may have heard me say this 1,000 times, but I still love the story. It's a true story. This Imam that I know, he said a guy came up to me and he said, "Ya Shaykh, give me a dua to make me patient because I don't want to wait for it." That's unbelievable. It's like, I don't have the patience to wait to be patient. Give me a quick dua or something. We want quick fixes.